The Bible in your reading from the English Standard Version for May 29th is 1 Chronicles chapters 26, 27, and John chapter 11, verses 18 through 46. First Chronicles chapter 26. As for the divisions of the gatekeepers of the Korahites, Meshelemiah, the son of Kor, of the sons of Asaph, and Meshelemiah had sons, Zechariah the firstborn, Jediel the second, Zebadiah the third, Jathniel the fourth, Elam the fifth, Jehanahan the sixth, Elihonai the seventh, and Obed-Edom had sons, Shimei the firstborn, Jehozabad the second, Joah the third, Sakar the fourth, Nathaniel the fifth, Amiel the sixth, Issachar the seventh, Pelathai the eighth, for God blessed him. Also to his son Shimei were sons born who were rulers in their father's houses, for they were men of great ability. The sons of Shimei, Athani, Raphael, Obed, and Elzabad, whose brothers were able men, Elihu and Shemaiah. All these were of the sons of Obed-Edom, with their sons and brothers, able men qualified for the service, 62 of Obed-Edom. And Meshelemiah had sons and brothers, able men, 18. And Hosa of the sons of Merari had sons, Shimri the chief, for though he was not the firstborn, his father made him chief. Hilkiah the second, Tebaliah the third, Zechariah the fourth. All the sons and brothers of Hosa were 13. These divisions of the gatekeepers, corresponding to their chief men, had duties, just as their brothers did, ministering in the house of the Lord. And they cast lots by fathers' houses, small and great alike, for their gates. The lot for the east fell to Shelemiah. They cast lots also for his son Zechariah, a shrewd counselor, and his lot came out for the north. Obed-Edom's came out for the south, and to his sons was allotted the gatehouse. For Shephem and Hosa it came out for the west, at the gate of Shalacheth, on the road that goes up. Watch corresponded to watch. On the east there were 6 each day, on the north 4 each day, on the south 4 each day, as well as 2 and 2 at the gatehouse. And for the colonnade on the west there were 4 on the road, and 2 at the colonnade. These were the divisions of the gatekeepers among the Korahites and the sons of Merari. And of the Levites, Ahijah had charge of the treasures of the house of God and the treasures of the dedicated gifts. The sons of Ladan, the sons of the Gershonites, belonging to Ladan, the heads of the fathers' houses belonging to Ladan the Gershonite, Jehiel, the sons of Jehiel, Jetham and Joel his brother were in charge of the treasures of the house of the Lord. Of the Amramites, the Izharites, the Hebronites, and the Uzzielites, and Shebuel the son of Gershom, son of Moses, was chief officer in charge of the treasures. His brothers from Eleazar were his son Rehabiah, and his son Jeshiah, and his son Joram, and his son Zikri, and his son Shelemiah. This Shelemiah and his brothers were in charge of all the treasures of the dedicated gifts that David the king and the heads of the fathers' houses and the officers of the thousands and the hundreds and the commanders of the army had dedicated. From spoil won in battles, they dedicated gifts for the maintenance of the house of the Lord. Also all that Samuel the seer, and Saul the son of Kish, and Abner the son of Ner, and Joab the son of Zeruiah had dedicated. All dedicated gifts were in the care of Shelemiah and his brothers. Of the Israelites, Chenaniah and his sons were appointed to external duties for Israel as officers and judges. Of the Hebronites, Hashabiah and his brothers, 1,700 men of ability, had the oversight of Israel westward of the Jordan for all the work of the Lord and for the service of the king. Of the Hebronites, Jerijah was the chief of the Hebronites of whatever genealogy of fathers' houses. In the 40th year of David's reign, search was made, and men of great ability among them were found at Jazer in Gilead. King David appointed him and his brothers 2,700 men of ability, heads of fathers' houses, to have the oversight of the Reubenites, the Gadites, and the half-tribe of the Manassites, for everything pertaining to God and for the affairs of the king. 2 Chronicles chapter 27. This is the number of the people of Israel, the heads of fathers' houses, the commanders of thousands and hundreds, and their officers, who served the king in all matters concerning the divisions that came and went month after month throughout the year, each division numbering 24,000. Jashabin, the son of Zabdiel, was in charge of the first division in the first month, and his division were 24,000. He was the descendant of Perez and was chief of all the commanders. He served for the first month. Dodai, the Ahohite, was in charge of the division of the second month. In his division were 24,000. The third commander for the third month was Benaniah, the son of Jehoiada, the chief priest. In his division were 24,000. This is the Benaniah who was a mighty man of the 30 and in command of the 30. Ahimzabad, his son, was in charge of his division. Asahel, the brother of Joab, was fourth for the fourth month, and his son Zebadiah after him. In his division were 24,000. The fifth commander for the fifth month was Shemahath, the Azrahite. In his division were 24,000. Sixth for the sixth month was Ira, the son of Ikkesh, the Tekonite. In his division were 24,000. Seventh for the seventh month was Helez, the Pelonite, of the sons of Ephraim. In his division were 24,000. Eighth for the eighth month was Shibbekai, the Hushathite, of the Zerahites. In his division were 24,000. Ninth for the ninth month was Abiezer of Anathrath, a Benjamite. In his division were 24,000. 10th for the 10th month was Maharai of Netophath of the Zerahites. In his division were 24,000. 11th for the 11th month was Benaniah of Pirathon of the sons of Ephraim. In his division were 24,000. 12th for the 12th month was Heldai the Topathite of Othniel. In his division were 24,000. Over the tribes of Israel for the Reubenites, Eliza the son of Zichri was chief officer. For the Simonites or Simeonites, Shephatiah the son of Maacah. For Levi, Hushabiah the son of Kemuel. For Aaron, Zadok. For Judah, Elihu, one of David's brothers. For Issachar, Omri the son of Michael. For Zebulun, Ishmael the son of Obadiah. For Naphtali, Jeremiah the son of Azriel. For the Ephraimites, Hoshea the son of Azazel. For the half-tribe of Manasseh, Joel the son of Pedaiah. For the half-tribe of Manasseh in Gilead, Iddu, the son of Zechariah; for Benjamin, Jaasiel, the son of Abner; for Dan, Azarel, the son of Jeroham. These were the leaders of the tribes of Israel. David did not count those below 20 years of age, for the Lord had promised to make Israel as many as the stars of the heaven. Joab, the son of Zeruiah, began to count but did not finish. Yet wrath came upon Israel for this, and the number was not entered in the Chronicles of King David. Over the king's treasures was Asmaveth, the son of Adiel, and over the treasures in the country, in the cities, in the villages, and in the towers was Jonathan, the son of Uzziah. And over those who did the work of the field for tilling the soil was Ezra, the son of Chalub. And over the vineyards was Shimei, the Ramathite. And over the produce of the vineyards for the wine cellars was Zabdi, the Shippamite. Over the olive and sycamore trees and the Shephelah was Baal-Hanan, the Gederite, and over the stores of oil was Joash. Over the herds that pastured in Sharon was Shitterai, the Sharonite. Over the herds in the valleys was Shaphat, the son of Adalai. Over the camels was Obil, the Ishmaelite, and over the donkeys was Jediah, the Meronothite. Over the flocks was Jaziz, the Hagarite. All these were stewards of King David's property. Jonathan, David's uncle, was counselor, being a man of understanding and a scribe. He and Jehiel, the son of Hakmoni, attended the king's sons. Ahithophel was the king's counselor, and Hushai the Archite was the king's friend. Ahithophel was succeeded by Jehoiada, the son of Benaniah, and Abiathar. Joab was commander of the king's army. John chapter 11, verses 18 through 46. Bethany was near Jerusalem, about 2 miles off, and many of the Jews had come to Martha and Mary to console them concerning their brother. So when Martha heard that Jesus was coming, she went and met him, but Mary remained seated in the house. Martha said to Jesus, "Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. But even now I know that whatever you ask from God, God will give you." Jesus said to her, "Your brother will rise again." Martha said to him, "I know that he will rise again in the resurrection on the last day." Jesus said to her, "I am the resurrection and the life. Whoever believes in me, though he die, yet shall he live. And everyone who lives and believes in me shall never die. Do you believe this?" She said to him, "Yes, Lord, I believe that you are the Christ, the Son of God, who is coming into the world." When she had said this, she went and called her sister Mary, saying in private, "The teacher is here and is calling for you." And when she heard it, she rose quickly and went to him. Now Jesus had not yet come into the village, but was still in the place where Martha had met him. When the Jews who were with her in the house consoling her saw Mary rise quickly and go out, they followed her, supposing that she was going to the tomb to weep there. Now when Mary came to where Jesus was and saw him, she fell at his feet, saying to him, "Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died." When Jesus saw her weeping, and the Jews who had come with her also weeping, he was deeply moved in his spirit and greatly troubled. And he said, "Where have you laid him?" They said to him, "Lord, come and see." Jesus wept. So the Jews said, "See how he loved him?" But some of them said, "Could not he who opened the eyes of the blind man also have kept this man from dying? Then Jesus, deeply moved again, came to the tomb. It was a cave, and a stone lay against it. Jesus said, "Take away the stone." Martha, the sister of the dead man, said to him, "Lord, by this time there will be an odor, for he has been dead 4 days." Jesus said to her, "Did I not tell you that if you believed, you would see the glory of God?" So they took away the stone, and Jesus lifted up his eyes and said, "Father, I thank you that you have heard me. I know that you always hear me, but I said this on account of the people standing around, that they may believe that you sent me." When he had said these things, he cried out with a loud voice, "Lazarus, come out!" The man who had died came out, his hands and feet bound with linen strips, and his face wrapped with a cloth. Jesus said to them, "Unbind him and let him go." Many of the Jews, therefore, who had come with Mary and had seen what he did, believed in him. But some of them went to the Pharisees and told them what Jesus had done.